clips. So if you're up top tonight, this is your view. You're looking out into the clouds. Those low clouds are going to hang with us overnight tonight. They're going to act a bit as a blanket and keep our temperatures pretty constant. So these temps really haven't moved since late this afternoon. We're in the low 40s here in Chicago, 42 at the lakefront, 42 at O'Hare, 43 degrees at Midway. We're not going to really fall off very much overnight tonight and not go up all that much for our daytime high temperatures tomorrow. Now, we've had a little bit of light rain. Right now, we're just in the clouds. We're going to see a lot of clouds tomorrow. Stick in the 40s again throughout tomorrow. Maybe a little drizzle from time to time, but not much more than that. By Thursday and Friday, we're back into the 50s. And guys, by this weekend, we are back into the 50s with some sunshine. We'll take that.
Yes, we will. Thank you, Mark. Other news are following tonight. A person of interest is in custody and a woman is in the hospital fighting for her life after a terrifying attack on a CTA Blue Line train in the Loop. Police say the woman was set on fire during an argument.
Now, the incident has sparked outrage over safety on public transit. Leslie Moreno is live tonight at the Clark and Lake Street station where it happened. Leslie, what's the latest?
Don, Scott, good evening. Yeah, we know person of interest is in custody, and that woman, as you mentioned, still in the hospital in critical condition. Not only are riders shaken up about this, but now a community activist is stepping up and offering a $10,000 reward, hoping someone out there will come forward with new information. Chicago police say it happened around 9:25 Monday night. A 26-year-old woman arguing with a man in his 40s on the Blue Line when things suddenly turned violent.
I'm getting multiple calls for, the Blue Line, Clark and Lake. Says a female was set on fire at the location.
Investigators say the man poured a liquid on her, then lit her on fire. The train stopped at Clark and Lake. The suspect took off. That's when witnesses saw the woman collapse on the platform. She was rushed to the hospital with life-threatening burns. Tonight, writers say the attack is extremely concerning.
Yeah, it was very concerning to think that those things are going on in the CTA, and to just think that somebody had lighter fluid on them to douse somebody with and then light them on fire.
When you hear stories like that, it's easy to think like it'll never be you, but you never know.
Chicago community activist Patrick Gibbons is stepping in, offering a $10,000 reward for credible information that leads to an arrest and conviction. Gibbons is calling for train security inside train cars, a dedicated CTA police force, and long-term investment in transit safety.
I'm a commuter. I've been a commuter for a long time, and I got to tell you, it's scary to go on the train. We need tougher security. We need security that's armed.
Riders want the same thing. Answers and a safer system.
But I think we need more eyes. I think there needs to be more community intervention of some way, like, I don't know, mental health professionals, somebody. There should be more people on the trains, more eyes, maybe deter something like this from actually happening.
And that suspect is described as a man in his 40s. CTA officials tell us they're working closely with police as well as reviewing surveillance footage. If anyone out there has any information, you're urged to call police right away. For now, reporting live in downtown Chicago, Leslie Moreno, Fox 32 News.
There is outrage tonight after a mother and her son are beaten on the city's far south side while walking home from school. They were attacked by a group of kids. Shortly after dismissal yesterday, it was all caught on cell phone video, and it is heartbreaking to watch. Now, we have blurred and stopped this video before things escalate. Chicago police say the 33-year-old woman named Krishanda and her 9-year-old son were viciously targeted near 106th and Bensley, just a couple blocks from Orville Bright Elementary School in South Deering, where the boy attends school. Now, she says they were heading home when a group of kids surrounded them and began punching and kicking them.
They fought my son, they hit my son first, all in his face. Then they dragged me in the grass and pulled my little baby hair. I'm trying to get justice for my son. I'm thankful for everybody that came out here today to support me.
Community members rallying outside the school today with the boys' parents calling for justice, and now a local rapper, Lil Zay Osama, is coming forward to help. He wants to fly the mother and son to L.A. for dinner and Christmas shopping, and has a message for other children listening.
It's just something that shouldn't be going on. Kids should be able to go to school and be comfortable walking home from school and at school learning, you know what I'm saying? Like, kids of that age should not be doing things like that, especially to an adult and to their peers that go to school with them. That's crazy. That shouldn't be happening in our community. We got to do better.
A CPS spokesperson telling us in part, we are horrified by the attack on this family, and we are working collaboratively with city departments and agencies to provide support to the victims. Mayor Brandon Johnson and other elected officials condemning this attack, calling it deeply disturbing. Korshanda and her son treated at the hospital for serious injuries.
An update tonight, both the House and the Senate have agreed to pass legislation to release the Epstein files. The House passed the legislation earlier today. The Senate has agreed to pass the measure with unanimous consent once the bill is sent to them. Senate Majority Leader John Thune tells CNN this will happen tomorrow morning. It would then head to the president's desk for his signature. Epstein died in prison in 2019 while awaiting trial on sex trafficking charges. He and President Trump had been friends. The president initially wanted to block the release of the files, but changed his mind over the weekend, saying he has nothing to hide. Despite the legislation passing, House Speaker Mike Johnson still believes Democrats are using the Epstein scandal as a political ploy. But one of Epstein's survivors says this is a big step forward.
I just think that the fact that we are here with a nearly unanimous vote today says so much, and that we are really about the power of people coming together and the power of women coming together.
They don't have a platform or a principle to defend on the Democrat Party side, so they put all their eggs in this basket. And that's why you hear endlessly about Epstein, Epstein, Epstein. Everything's about Epstein.
President Trump says he will sign the bill when it gets to his desk.
Now, right after the House voted on releasing the Epstein files, Illinois Representative Jesus Chuy Garcia became the center of attention. Republicans and Democrats voting to rebuke Garcia for the way he chose to bow out of the race for re-election. 23 Democrats joining Republicans to pass this measure. Garcia, as we've reported, came under fire for announcing that he would not seek re-election right at the deadline for any candidate to turn in their nominating petitions to run. No Democrat filed to run except for Garcia's chief of staff, Patty Garcia, no relation. Lawmakers accuse Garcia of undermining the process of a fair and free election.
I like Chuy Garcia. I think his reasons for retiring are noble. We are not here to adjudicate the character of Chuy Garcia. I'm asking the body to consider a set of facts laid before us tonight about how he chose his successor and deprived Americans the right to choose their elected representative.
Now, Garcia insists his family's health forced his late decision and says he did nothing wrong.
Illinois is giving you a new way to show ID. Starting tomorrow, if you use an iPhone, you can keep a state ID or driver's license on your device. So how do you set it up? Open wallet, tap the plus sign, scan your card, take a selfie. The state verifies it and loads it. Right now, this will work at TSA checkpoints in more than 250 airports and at businesses that opt in. Police do not have to accept the digital ID. The Secretary of State assures people that this is secure.
The data is encrypted, and biometric authentication using Face ID or Touch ID ensures that only the owner of the ID and wallet can present it. This isn't just cool technology. It's trusted, secure, and private technology.
And this is the real ID. The digital ID updates automatically if your information changes. Soldier Field and other venues will start testing it soon. If you want to set up the digital ID on your phone, the Secretary of State's office has all the information on its website, ilsos.gov.
A follow-up to a story we told you about yesterday. A mother says she delivered her child on the side of the road after she was kicked out of a Northwest Indiana hospital.
Why she says she has hired a lawyer, plus why some say experiences like this are far too common.
Pair of shots here. Coming up tonight at 10 on the Chicago Report, Congressman Jesus Chuy Garcia gets rebuked by his own party. Plus, what's the future of the Epstein files as Congress votes unanimously to release them? And an Evanston pastor who was arrested outside the ICE Broadview facility last Friday speaks out. It's all tonight on the Chicago Report.
A Fox Chicago follow-up. A husband and wife say a Northwest Indiana hospital sent them away while the mom was in active labor, forcing them to deliver their newborn on the side of a highway.
Now, the baby's doing okay, but the family has hired a lawyer. Tia Ewing has more.
The Wells family says the experience was traumatic, discriminatory, and dangerous. And tonight they are calling for Franciscan Health Crown Point to make some serious changes.
Yes, please talk about my uterus.
Mercedes and Leon Wells said they did everything right, calling ahead, arriving at Franciscan Health Crown Point. But after 6 hours of labor, the mom-to-be says she was given the boot. Mercedes says contractions grew just 1 minute apart, but instead of treatment, they say they discharged her while she was in active labor.
I just don't understand how, as a licensed healthcare worker, you could turn someone to the door to leave that's in excruciating pain. It's essentially like I was stripped of my dignity. I was stripped of my dignity as a person because I was treated less than an animal.
8 minutes after leaving the hospital, the couple says their worst fear became reality. On the highway, Mercedes felt the baby coming. Their daughter, Alina, was born on the side of the road, delivered by her father.
Mentally messed up because as a husband, as a father, protector, I felt like I couldn't do nothing. The nurse that wheeled us down, we had 2 nurses and a security guard because they just knew we was going to just act up.
Franciscan Health Crown Point declined to speak on camera, but in a statement said patient health is its top priority and that it has launched an internal investigation. The Wells family believes race played a role in how they were treated, and they've hired attorney Cannon Lambert, who is demanding action.
Accountability does look like a meeting with the family. We're calling for a meeting with the administrators at Franciscan. Accountability looks like making certain that the woman that made the decision to kick her out of this hospital doesn't work there anymore. She shouldn't work there anymore.
Emergency medicine experts say federal law EMTALA requires hospitals to screen and stabilize patients in labor before discharging them.
Or the Emergency Medicine Treatment Labor Act. And this is a federal law from 1986, which all hospitals must comply, and that's 2 aspects of the EMTALA. That's we provide a screening and stabilization. And so that goes into question when you look at this video as it applies to stabilization. But again, this is not common practice.
More women are turning to doulas. Do you think that more Black women are leaning towards doulas because they've heard of these traumatic experiences within a hospital setting?
Absolutely.
As concerns about safety and mistreatment during childbirth grow, a study in the Journal of Perinatal Education found 73% of pregnant women would hire a doula if insurance helped cover the cost, and half would if it counted toward their deductible. Licensed doula Marnisha Heiner says the rising demand reflects a need for someone focused solely on a mother's well-being as stories of denied care and disparities continue to surface.
People are scared. More so women, or people feel like hospitals are not a safe space for them. So I feel like when you're hiring a doula, you trust that person to carry what you cannot carry in a very traumatic, fast-pacing experience. So the doula is there to provide educational support, physical support, and evidence-based information.
Despite making her grand debut on the side of the road mid-drive, baby Alina is doing just fine. Tia Ewing, Fox Chicago.
So cute.
Great story.
Mark, how do you follow up that cute video of baby Alina?
You're never supposed to follow the baby stories, right?
It's so tough. Give us some good news.
All right. Well, I've got some good news for you. We have some sunshine coming your way on Saturday and Sunday, and also some fairly mild temperatures, at least numbers above average. Average 47. Today we did 44 degrees. We should be in the 50s by this weekend. It's low clouds tonight, more clouds tomorrow, 42 this hour. Feels more like 37 even with a light breeze under 10 miles per hour. Temperatures were in the 40s. We're going to stay in the 40s overnight tonight. We're going to stay in the 40s throughout the day tomorrow. Tomorrow night, we're going to be in the 40s. A lot of low clouds around. Earlier today, we had some showers and thunderstorms across central Illinois. And yeah, that was snowfall from Green Bay all the way across central Michigan. And here we are in the middle with not a whole lot happening. Just the cloud cover and temperatures in the 40s. So compared to the extremes north and south, I guess we're okay. 55 degrees tomorrow, more cloud cover. 55 degrees on Thursday with more cloud cover. And then by the time Friday rolls around, 52. We finally tap into a little bit of sunshine. But between now and then, we've got this large area of clouds stretching from Minnesota, Iowa, here into Chicago, and then back down towards Missouri. We could see some sprinkles from time to time, but not much more than that. It looks pretty quiet. That storm system that I told you about several days ago that I thought would be here Thursday and Friday, we miss out on that. It's going to be down to our south, southern, and central Illinois. We really could have used the rainfall there. Well, tonight, overnight low temperatures, well, about where we are now, in the lower 40s. Tomorrow, temperatures not too far from where we are right now, in the middle 40s. And your 7-day forecast, well, we go from the 40s into the 50s, and we stay in the 50s. We still have some clouds on Thursday, some sunshine on Saturday. But you were asking for good news, and I think this is pretty good news for November. Saturday and Sunday, I think we'll see some sunshine with temperatures. Look at Sunday, 55 degrees. That is about 8 degrees above average.
Fantastic. So, great for November, then.
Not too shabby.
Thank you, Mark.
I'm Tina Lynn. Next in sports, Blackhawks at the UC hosting the last place Calgary Flames tonight. Connor Bedard hits a new milestone, wearing the A for the first time in a regular season game with the Hawks. Plus, Ben Johnson has wasted no time in changing the culture inside the walls of Hallett's Hall. TJ Edwards breaks down why the Bears are 7-3 and staying atop of the NFC North.
It's the
Welcome back. Time now for sports. Well, Bears head coach Ben Johnson, known for his intensity, attention to detail, and demanding approach, has clearly made an impact. The Bears have already won 7 games, surpassing last year's win total, and they sit alone atop the NFC North. Luke Canellis caught up with TJ Edwards to talk about the culture shift inside the locker room.
Being here a couple years, going through some tough losses, you know, to kind of see that finally start to shift. It's all about kind of, you know, the culture that's being built, but also the work that's been put in. You know, there's still a lot of guys around this team that have been here through a lot of this, and you know, to see them kind of continue to lead, and you know, I think this team just really is hungry for more too. I don't think we've played our complete brand of football yet. I think that's the most exciting part.
Well, the Bears will look to make it 4 in a row when they host the Steelers on Sunday. It's still TBD if the Bears will face a familiar foe in quarterback Aaron Rodgers. Rodgers fractured his left non-throwing wrist against the Bengals on Sunday. He will not need surgery, and he's not ruled out just yet. All right, to the ice, red hot. Hawks trying to douse the Flames. Connor Bedard here wearing the A for the first time in his career. First period, Chicago strikes first. Ryan Donato shoots. It's saved here, but the puck finds Donato again, and the veteran does not miss this time. Hawks up 1-0. Second period, Sam Renzel flips the puck ahead. Check out the hustle there by Bedard, and then he cues the puck into the net. Bedard's 11th. Hawks currently on top 2-1 at the second intermission. All right, Shota Imanaga is returning to the Cubs. The lefty starter accepted a 1-year, $22 million qualifying offer. He's now locked in for another year. Meanwhile, Kyle Tucker, of course, as expected, declined his qualifying offer, making him one of the top free agents on the market. And we are back with more on Fox Chicago after this final break.
What do you think? Travel can make or break a relationship.
Yes.
According to a Talker research survey, 73% of couples view traveling together as the ultimate test. 40% of people felt closer to their partner after a trip. Experts say traveling together allows couples to explore each other's habits in budgeting, hygiene, and food. The survey also shows agreeing on trip details before leaving is just as crucial as the trip itself.
And patience.
Oh, for sure.
So you're saying 40% feel closer.
But what about the rest?
60%, woohoo! And what, get jettisoned maybe?
Yeah, something's missing. Or maybe it breaks down even further.
Maybe the odds aren't in your favor before you go on that trip. All right, if you're taking a trip out of O'Hare, you're going to fly out of some clouds tomorrow and tonight. Temperatures into the 40s, 50s by the weekend with some sunshine Saturday and Sunday.
Thanks for watching at 9. You can catch us anytime on your smart TV. It's Fox Local. We're on all the streaming platforms. Good Day Chicago tomorrow 4:30. Straight ahead, it's First and North.
Good night.
Welcome to